All right, let's talk about a car that makes getting around with a big dog a lot easier. Hey, I'm Nav, this is Luna, and welcome to Drives with Adobe. So, behind me is the Kia Sportage plug-in electric vehicle. Up front, it has a 1.6 liter engine. In between the engine and transmission, there's a 90 horsepower electric motor, which gives around 33 miles of real world range. And in the back is where the battery is. Now, I understand this isn't a GT3 or an Aston DBX or something like a Rivian, for example. But I'll show you why this is a pragmatic choice for getting around in the urban environment. All right, Luna, let's get in here. Wait. Up, 1, 2, 3, let's go. Yeah, good girl. So in the back, there's plenty of trunk space, and there's enough room for Luna even if these seats are up and there are 3 adults sitting back here. For quick trips, it's actually quite good because it's only Luna and myself today. We're gonna put the seats down and kind of get her more comfortable. So essentially the back of the car belongs to Luna. Okay, and there's quick releases here, and of course for the other side as well. And I just kind of move her stuff up. Luna loves soft things, so as you can see, there's plenty of room to carry bigger items for like a Home Depot run or whatever the case may be. So before Luna and I head out to our coffee run, I wanted to go over the interior. I think Kia has done a really good job in terms of giving you what should be on a screen versus what's a hard button. In front of you, you have 2 separate screens. It does look like one. It looks quite nice. And in this section over here, you can control the temperature or music. A lot of people have complained about this, having to switch back and forth. But what I found is I just keep it on the temperature and control the music in terms of volume up and down through the hard buttons here. And there's a couple of other buttons that make the experience easy to handle versus diving into menus, especially for the active cruise and the lane centering system. Down here, you get your heated seats button. The buttons feel quite nice. Usually you're hitting screens, so it's nice to have buttons. You get your heated seats, cooled seats, heated steering wheel. The passenger gets the same thing. Down here, you get your hill descent control, auto hold, works quite well. I always have it on. You can switch between electric only mode, which again gives you 33 miles of only electric range. It says 29 right now. Over here, you get your dedicated camera button, so you can actually switch between different modes. You get your surround view, again, quite nice. And here you can turn the parking sensors on and off. This little knob over here allows you to switch between sport mode, eco, smart, and snow. And there is a difference between eco and sport, but we'll get to that later. Otherwise, I think the setup is great. The interior looks nice. The materials, again, they're not the best quality, but it looks nice. Everything seems like at the price point, I think you get to have a better experience than normally you'd think you'd get in a car like this. All right, let's head out. one of the many positive things that Kia did with this car is the calibration of the drivetrain, especially the plug-in version. The plug-in version, it has the benefits of being able to just drive in all-electric mode, so that's 32, 33 real-world miles, and then when the battery depletes, it starts acting like a hybrid. So when you're coming to a stop or at a stop, the engine shuts off, or when you're about to go, the engine isn't on. It can move in all electric mode. So that transition is extremely seamless. And of course, when you're in sport mode, you get the benefits of having an engine that gives you as much power as it can, coupled with the electric motor and the transmission. So you get quick and very brisk acceleration even at higher speeds. And then the engine also acts like a generator, so when you need to charge it, the system actually automatically handles that. Let's say you're on the highway, you can put it in sport mode and it will automatically charge the engine, and then you can use that battery capacity at a later time, let's say if you're in town or something like that. So the calibration of all that is done really well. The only thing I wish this car had was a heat pump. In the wintertime, the engine actually comes on to provide heat in the cabin, and it usually operates in idle, but I think the heat pump will make this system even more efficient. Right now, the owner gets gas once a month in this car. So you regularly see like 50 miles to the gallon, 60 miles to the gallon, even 100. And it's designed in a way where this car is perfect for the urban environment. And it's also good for longer drives, but it's really just designed to be a car within the suburban and the city environment. So the active cruise is the active cruise plus lane centering. It's essentially its driver assist features are quite good. It's a little bit complex because there are a couple of things going on. Different buttons do different things. One is separate for active cruise versus lane centering, but the car itself is managing itself actually. So you can see here, if I go here, you can see the other car is a block. Represented by a smooth block. When it can see the lanes and it's tracking the car in front of it, there's like a white line that appears that's a bit darker, I suppose, and when it can pick it up, it's like light. It's not the best way to communicate that to the driver. It does its job. You have to get used to the system, and then you'll know what it can handle, what it can't handle. But I've used this system in a lot of different places, and for the sensors that are here, in terms of it's not as sophisticated as, for example, level 2, like something like maybe even a Tesla, or maybe the newer Mercedes systems and the BMW systems. But for the tech that's in here, it's great. It's been calibrated really, really well. So kudos to Kia for utilizing what they've put in here and making the best of it. And in practicality, it's very handy. Again, you can see I'm using it here. It's a traffic situation, and I can turn the assistive system on and kind of just watch what's going on and watch the system. And over time, you do learn to trust it a bit more, know when you need to take over versus when it can handle a situation. So quite good overall. The only thing is when you do have to take over at higher speeds, let's say that you know it's not going to be able to brake or it's braking too late, that calibration I think still needs adjustment. But when you press the brake, it seems like the system is braking, but the pedal is not representative of how much it's braking. So when you actually press the pedal, the brake pedal, there's a lack of pressure. So you have to like dive in deeper where you normally would. So it kind of throws you off. So I think that could require, or that I think requires a better way to communicate that to the driver, as well as just better calibration. Luna. Thank you. This way. Sit. Wait here. Bless you. Come here. Thank you. She's not as Luna, stop it. Luna. Stop. Sorry about that. Luna, don't be a bad puppy. That's good. Leave it. Hey. Yeah. Don't be mean puppies. Wait. Up. A place where the Kia Sportage could use some improvement is the suspension, or at least the ride, rather. The ride is okay around town, but at higher speeds, it can be very jarring. So a small bump, or if you're going around a corner, maybe at 55, 60 miles an hour on the highway, and you experience a bump in the middle, the car can jump, which can be quite unsettling. You as a driver may get used to it, but your passengers, I don't think ever will. It can be quite jarring for them. Another place the Kia could use some improvement is the driver's seat and the passenger as well. For local trips, they're fine, but on longer drives, they can get tiresome. There is lumbar support, but I wish the seat were just better designed, and I wish there were more adjustments. The back seats are the same as well. There is room, but again, on longer drives, they can get tiresome. I'm not expecting much from the back seats. In general, this is just across the board for a lot of vehicles. The back seats are never as comfortable. But again, the seats can always use some improvement. So Luna does hop into the front sometimes. I do need to get a divider. I used to have one and it kind of ripped apart. Her paws her nails are obviously sharp enough that they can they can kind of tear through, you know, thinner fabrics, if you will. All right, let's go. All right. Thanks for joining Luna and I on our day today, on our little adventure. So you can see that the Kia is designed quite well. The plug-in system is calibrated really nicely, and they've given practical features and buttons where you actually need them. I think the Kia Sportage is a strong contender, especially the plug-in version. And if you don't really care about the badge, it's a very good choice whether you get it new or even used. So I hope you enjoy this episode. Until next time, where we go on a different adventure in a different car. Make sure to actually check out some ASMR content of the Kia, where I just go out on a drive, a night drive, and I hope you enjoy that as well. Come on, Luna, let's go. We're going.